Hey Cancer, welcome to March. I do hope that this video finds you well. I want to wish you a happy equinox. I am so excited to do your reading today. We actually have a lot happening this month. In fact, March might be the most astrologically significant month of the entire year. We have Saturn moving into a new sign where it's going to be for 3 years. It's going to be in Pisces. There's going to be a lot of focus on your higher education, wisdom, philosophy, and foreign travel. We also have Pluto entering into Aquarius briefly for the next 3 months before it goes retrograde, goes back into Capricorn, and it won't be until 2024 when it's back in Aquarius once and for all, but it'll be there for over 20 years. So we can actually think of the next 3 months as a snapshot for the next couple of decades. So really pay attention to the themes that are coming up, and for you specifically, really paying attention to things about investments and the way that you are investing your energy and your resources and sharing yourself with other people. These are all going to be really, really important things to kind of observe. And there's also just going to be a lot of focus on your career and public image and role in the world at large as we get further into March. If you're excited for this month's reading, then definitely be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. For those of you who are brand new to my channel, my name is Michael, and I utilize tarot and tropical astrology to intuit monthly forecasts for your zodiac sign. Now, March is such a pivotal month. I'm actually offering 20% off all of my services if you use the code PIVOTAL on my website. You can find links for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions in the description of this video, as well as links for the astrology blog and all of my other social media accounts. Okay, Cancer, as I'm shuffling here, I'm going to go a bit further into the astrology. Now, I do recommend checking out the astrology blog for this month just because there's so much going on, and again, the implications are much further reaching than just this month. We do start off this month with a really beautiful conjunction with Venus and Jupiter coming together in the sign of Aries. And this is actually blessing your 10th house of career, public image. So these are areas of your life that could really improve or just have some sort of expansion or stability. It's also just a really nice time to manifest as well. And this is actually the same exact day that Mercury enters into the sign of Pisces. And for you specifically, Cancer, again, this is talking about foreign travel, higher education, also just philosophy and worldview. There's a lot here in March where I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are considering going back to school or getting some sort of certification, something that's going to help inform your career or help pave a path for you in the future. I get that sense for some of you. What do we have for Cancer? Show us clearly, please. Show us clearly. Okay, so we have the Five of Wands with the Moon coming out in the past. I feel like there's been a lot of like emotional fighting or emotional conflict, but it's been really heavy. And it's almost been like passive aggressive. I am kind of getting that. And honestly, what this is making me think of, we have had Mars in Gemini, and for you, that's really been slowing you down kind of emotionally. Your mental health might have been very, very taxed. And it could feel like there's competing interests with the Five of Wands here. And I almost get this sense of like feeling burnt out. And honestly, like I think towards the middle of March, there could be a lot of burnout too. Just with all of these planets in Pisces kind of squaring or in conflict with Mars and Gemini, there could be a little burnout then as well. But we are finishing up this cycle. Mars is finally leaving Gemini and actually going into your sign. So that'll be very interesting. But I feel like you're carrying burdens too that aren't even yours to carry. Honestly, Cancer, I feel like there could be some childish or immature energy around you, and it feels like you're doing all the work to make other people happy. But I don't think they're really doing that for you. And maybe that's why with the Seven of Pentacles here, you could be questioning how you have spent your time and energy. Let's actually clarify this Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, Three of Swords. I really do get the sense, like, for all the effort you've put in to other people, it feels like that energy just hasn't been giving back to you. And I think it's interesting that we are finishing up the cycle with Pluto in Capricorn. And for you, Cancer, that represents relationships, attachments, as well as contracts and commitments too. It doesn't just have to be intimate relationships. But I really do feel like for this group, it's like, I feel like the first part of March, there's kind of this recurring thought or feeling about relationships from the past and just patterns that you need to release and let go of. And you are shedding these things, you are healing these things. I mean, this Three of Swords, it is mending your heart. You are mending your heart. You're stitching it back together. And sometimes that healing process is painful. But I also wonder if maybe you're seeing signs of that healing. What else do we have? Show us clearly, please. Wow. You know, I literally said it, 10 of Wands. There are things you are carrying that are not yours to carry. This is literally what this card is talking about. Some of you have just been burdening yourself. Some of you have been burning yourself out. You need to let go of things. You need to prioritize. You need to just focus on what it is that you can do without destroying yourself. And honestly, let other people just figure their shit out. That's really what I'm getting here. Wow. 7 of Wands with the 10 of Wands. Yeah, it's like you're doing all the work and people are mad at you anyway, or frustrated with you anyway, or just taking it out on you, or giving you more stuff. And it's like, you kind of just need to make a stand for yourself. And like, sometimes the 10 of Wands, it's like you have to delegate your responsibilities or burdens to other people, but it's like, I don't even think they're going to take it. I don't even think it's going to work like that. It really is just like, Cancer, I'm just giving you permission to be like, you know what? I don't know how to fix this. This isn't my problem. Good luck. And just kind of like leave it for other people. And it does feel like you've been carrying other people's burdens. And maybe you thought that's what you needed to do to be loving. But it's actually codependency. Yeah, you need to protect your resources. That includes your well-being with the Four of Pentacles. And again, like, when Pluto does go into Aquarius, there is kind of like this focus on investments. And like, that could be financial, especially with the Four of Pentacles. Maybe some of you are looking at financing at some point in this month. But it's also emotional investments, emotional attachments. Preserving those. And there is a lot of transformation that is going to be happening for you. And, you know, I'm not going to lie, the last 20 years were really, really intense for you, Cancer. Because you've had Pluto in your opposite sign for so long, and it's just been destroying and transforming relationships for you, especially close relationships. But now this energy is moving into this place in the sky for you that really does just rule over transformation. You are transforming this month, or you are beginning a transformation process that's going to be a lot easier than the one you've been in. But I do feel like there's some things you are releasing. But at the same time, I feel like you are also appreciating things from the past as well. It doesn't all have to be bad. But don't hold on to pain from the past today if other people aren't willing to carry that burden with you. What else do we have for Gemini? Show us clearly, please. Or for Cancer, show us clearly, please. The Three of Cups. I love this. Finding friendships, finding joy, finding celebration, and enjoying the simple things. You know, this cup of tea with friends. Finding a lighter energy, and I feel like you're doing that at the end of this month. I feel like some of you are going to some sort of like party or networking thing. Like, I just get this image with the Three of Cups for some reason of like a group of people kind of like hanging out in the corner of a party or like by the food or whatever, refreshments. And that feels like really healing to me for some reason. Or finding that camaraderie. Like, you're realizing you're not alone. You're not alone. There are other people who feel you, who are in a similar place to you. Tell me more about this Three of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Interestingly enough, you might be connecting with the Capricorn. Or there's just this nurturing presence you are receiving from somebody else. And it feels like it comes from a really unexpected place. Like, that's what I'm getting. Like, it's either at a party, like, where you don't necessarily know people very well, or it doesn't seem like a super personal setting, to be honest. That's what I'm getting. And it's almost like, or even like in the break room at work or something like that. Like a weird sort of gathering of people, but there's support there. There's nurture there. And I feel like you are also gathering yourself, things for yourself, to have a happier future, to have a happier life, investing in that more. And we do have a full moon in Virgo. And for you, that could really be bringing changes in your friend groups or the people you are associating with. So it really could be like groups of people that you're kind of distancing from, but also like there's a change there where it's like you're connecting with new people and it's like unexpected connections. And then with the new moon in Aries on the 21st, that is like a new beginning for you, maybe in your career. Something you are celebrating, some sort of promotion, or like a promising next chapter. And it feels like you're celebrating with people who actually feel good for you. So let's clarify relationships a little more. Anything for love, specifically? Anything for love? And of course, these are general readings, so, take what messages resonate and leave the rest behind for someone else. They're not all going to resonate for you, not all of these messages. Wow, we do have the Two of Cups with the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I do feel like even though there are relationships and people you're walking away from, you are becoming a match to healthy partnership, to healthy relationships. Both the Two of Cups and the Lovers here really speaks about the need and willingness to be vulnerable. And I feel like you've been in relationships or in patterns with people where it feels codependent. It feels toxic to me, honestly. And it was never really safe for you to be vulnerable, Cancer. Like, you're coming into this place of self-love and acceptance where you are now manifesting relationships or aligning with people who can connect with you. And there's a lot of love here, which is very interesting. Tell me more about this. Let's actually clarify this a little more. What's going on with love and relationships? What's going on with love and relationships? Show me clearly, please. Ten of Pentacles. You know, the crazy thing is, I feel like there could be an office romance for some of you. And you know, I was getting like unexpected connections in unexpected places. Like, and it feels like there might be a group of you, but there's one person in particular who's really catching your eye, or maybe you're just kind of flirting with or something. I get workplace romance from this. That is what it is giving. But it could also just be like someone who is very successful with the Ten of Cups as well. Or I'm sorry, the Ten of Pentacles. And it's like someone you could see yourself building a future with. Some of you could even be moving in with someone, or talking about moving in, or building a life together in a very solid, earthly way. Like there's something very committal about this energy. There could be a new commitment for you, which is really, really interesting. And honestly, it just feels like a new beginning for you. You know, when Pluto goes out of Capricorn, it's like you can finally breathe in a way. Because Pluto has been in your opposite sign, you have felt it very strongly. And I know even since I've began this channel, it's been I feel like the readings for Cancer have often been hard and challenging, and that's like been very noticeable. And it feels like that did come up sort of in like the past present influences, but it feels like something you're moving out of. And you've been moving out of this too, but it's almost like you're kind of reviewing all of these lessons, all of these cycles. Okay. So let's talk about finance, let's talk about career. What's happening here? Show us clearly, please. Show us clearly, please. Page of Cups. Interesting. Tell me more about the Page of Cups for money and career. Eight of Wands. Some of you are getting really excited news. Some of you are getting praise or recognition. Again, I got the energy of a promotion here. The new moon in Aries feels like a really good time to manifest that on the 21st, but we are also starting off this month with a conjunction, or Venus and Jupiter coming together in the sign of Aries, which again is also just a really powerful time for you to manifest a new career or manifest the next stage of your career. And maybe some of you are doing that by taking classes, getting a degree. Maybe some of you are traveling as well. Some of you may be traveling more for work. That's actually another way I could really see the Eight of Wands. Anything else for finances? I feel like you're spending money on things that bring you more joy, or you're going to be able to do that more. Or you're just having more fun. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're working hard towards something, and I feel like you're finally going in a direction that feels like you're making progress. Progress is what I'm getting. You're getting praise, you're making progress, things are happening, and it feels like something really exciting, like some sort of advancement or something is expanding, but then it's like kind of leveling out. Like, I feel like there's this progress for you, Cancer, that kind of feels like plateaus or stair steps. Like you increase, kind of levels out for a while, you increase, kind of levels out for a while. Like there are steady improvements, but there are like spurts in that as well. Is there anything else for Cancer? Anything else for Cancer? No. I'm going to pull an animal card for you now. What are the animal messages for Cancer? Show us clearly, please. What are the animal messages for Cancer? Show us clearly, please. Oh. Oh, interesting. What are the animal messages? I actually found a few cards in this deck. I have the Star, Judgment, and Death. This was actually from another reading I just did. And the message I actually got with all of these, with the Star, Judgment, and Death, it's like you are finding the faith to let go. And it's like if you've been afraid to let go of something because you're afraid of losing something, you're about to gain more than you ever had. You are about to gain more than you ever had, Cancer. We do have the Stingray that was kind of flipped out in this deck as well, which often speaks of moving through uncomfortable situations, kind of gliding or moving with the currents. And we have the Moth, again, a transformation. I was getting Moth energy for you earlier, and I forget what exactly it was about, but it's like I feel like you've just been going through this dark night of the soul, Cancer, and you're about to emerge transformed. And you're becoming who you're really meant to be. Even if you're losing something or you're losing what was or who you were. That's how I always think of the Moth. And I feel like this card has just come out in like all of the readings I've done so far. Wow. Another card that has come out in other readings, but I have the Frog. Frog with the Moth. Again, there is a transformation. And you're also coming back to some part of yourself, but you're coming back to yourself with more wisdom and more perspective. You know, even though the frog transforms, it still goes back to its pond. Maybe some of you are trying to travel or connect with home or with your roots. Very, very interesting. But yeah, I feel like there's a major transformation, and honestly, it has not been easy. But I feel like you're emerging from something this month. You are emerging from this transformation. And I think those are all the messages I have for you this month, Cancer. I hope that this was helpful. Be sure to hit like and subscribe and the bell notifications so you're always up to date with what's in the cards for you. You can find all of my links in the description box down below. And again, I am running a sale on my website. You can get 20% off using the code PIVOTAL on any of my services. That could be in the schedule or on the store. I will actually be taking some time off this month. I'm going to be doing a meditation retreat, so wish me luck. It's going to be pretty intense. But if you want to be sure to get in my schedule sooner rather than later, do that before the 15th. That's when I'll be leaving. So yeah, I will see you all next time. Take care, Cancer. I'm sending lots of love your way.